Yeah, Tuesday, Tuesday morning. This is the TBS, the Truth Breakfast Show, 96.1, 96.1. This station rules the nation. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the Truth Breakfast Show, coming across the 15 counties. Today is Tuesday. We'd like to say good morning wherever you find us here, wherever you're listening. It's great to be back on the morning hours. Waking up in the morning is not something easy. It takes the grace of God. When you wake up in the morning, indeed, God is the greatest. Welcome, folks. Good morning, Nimba. Good morning, Granger there. River G, good morning. How is it down there? River says, Maryland, good morning. Lofa Grand Bata. Grand Crew, good morning. The love of liberty matters, yeah. Let justice be done to all. You'll never change your life until you change something you do daily. Oh my God. You will never change your life until you do something that makes a change on a daily basis. If I give myself a good cry, if I give myself a good cry, if I need it, but then I concentrate on all good things still in my life. What a motivation this morning. Kasumu Sila filling us in this morning. Good morning, folks. This is the Truth Breakfast Show. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Rebels Marka Davis. Running you straight up to 10 o'clock. So much to talk about in the midst of all country friends. Yes, good morning, Marka. Yes, how you doing this morning?
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Onu. I don't know whether we are transitioning from the dry season to the rainy season, so I'm experiencing
A little bit.
cold.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm good this morning anyway. We hope to bring you our best this morning. Um, of course, I'm under the weather. How they can say?
Yeah, under the weather.
Okay, I'm under the weather.
If you're playing for Barcelona now, you're regular in the first team, you say it's down with flu.
Yeah, yeah. That will flow.
Yeah.
So I mean, good morning to all of you following us this morning. It's great for us to be here again. Today is Tuesday, May 7th. Um, a lot of things to talk. We've been talking about several other issues here, and sometimes people feel we just sit on the radio and are talking. I follow the news. In fact, when I was preparing the news, I came across the story from ArcelorMittal. I said, "Wow, so this is serious."
And you were saying it's serious. I was laughing about it. I was saying, yeah, this is the power of the radio.
Yes. So, and they are even threatening to gather the legislature today to petition. Whether who will be there, I don't know. Yes, but they will go there to petition the legislature on their plights because they believe that not better things are being done over there, and they think they deserve better, and they deserve better. So that's what it is. That's the power of the radio, and we'll continue to say these things. When the people don't come out to express it themselves, they feel we just sit on the air and talk. But that's what it is. Good morning to all of you joining us this morning. I mean, it's great if you are celebrating whatever occasion today. We want to wish you well. and be aware. Talk to your children about the negative impact of narcotic substances. We're talking about new one called zombie. What is that?
Zombie. So
Zombie. The interpretation of
yeah,
zombie is Walking Dead.
yeah. So I want to apologize. I don't know how you'll take this one, Liberians. All of you listening up. I don't think this should be a politics. George Weah time will say George Weah brought Kush, right? And that's what people are saying. Now it's Joseph Boakai is the president, right? And we're talking about zombie. That's two different things now. Kush and now is zombie. We don't know.
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, zombie.
As soon as you take it out,
Yeah.
the Kush will take time, to digest and all that. But zombie, that's straight.
Yeah. So I mean, it is really sad. Again, since 2020, we have been advocating for support to fight drugs in Liberia, but we don't want to say that much has been done in the midst of financial constraints, logistical constraints, and all of that. We still see the emergence of new substances on the market. I think this thing is not to just be left with the government, especially the drugs enforcement agencies. I think the religious organizations should get involved because I don't want to say the church.
Yeah.
But yes, let's say the religious organizations cutting across should get involved, and I think schools should get involved. Um, these intellectual centers should also get involved. I mean, as you are speaking politics, defending politicians, I think you need your time at these intellectual centers to talk to the young people, because when these debates are ongoing, a lot of young people are standing by and listening. Some are interested in politics, but it is also very important that we start to inform and educate, create awareness about the danger of narcotic substances. The kush, the cocaine, the heroin, the opium, the marijuana,
The zombie.
the zombie, and all of these substances are dangerous to the health and future of our country. And we believe that it should be a collective effort. Let me say thanks to institutions that are using their own meager resources to venture into rehabilitation of people who are already at risk with these substance abuse and all of that. But we think that this should be a collective fight, not just the LDA.
Great, a collective fight. Yeah, so I woke up before Marka do the lineup. I woke up this morning. I came across something on Twitter. A lot of us use the Facebook, the Instagram, but I came across something on Twitter. And a Chinese professor, and in fact, I forwarded this video to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I sent this video already to the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Okay.
Professor Bakat Shaman, or Indian professor, resides in China. This is Akimi Heights in Korea, Mohili. A mob entered the apartment of a Liberian girl, vandalizes her apartment, hit her, and leave. Police laugh off the incident. Residents offer her 50K to hush up the incident. It's a very sad thing. If you see the video, and I'm making all effort to see if our guys can share this and make it a virus on Facebook. More than 15 to 20% beat up this lady. And I'll send this video here to, our foreign minister.
Okay.
Yes, it's very good. It's very, very important. We need some kind of interference. It's a very sad thing if you see this. So I hope our editors will work on this and make this go viral, because not many of us on Twitter in Liberia.
Sure.
Yes. Yes, let's see what we have this morning for the lineup on the Tuesday edition of the Truth Breakfast Show. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's bring you the lineup this morning. Coming up shortly will be the health tips with David Coty as usual. That will be followed by the review of the local dailies. Again, this show is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. We will continue with the SOS call for Sir Johnson, the man who is a fan and family of Truth FM. He's sick. We've been calling for the past week. We'll continue today. We will speak with the LSCC chair, Councillor Alexandra Zoe, on the new regulations for asset declaration. We hope to do that. And coming up at 8:30 to 9:15 this morning, Youth and Sports Minister Councillor Cole Bangaloo will be Our guest on the first segment of the TBS talking about the just ended county meet and other matters relating to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, investment in youth development and other programs being run by the ministry. We'll talk more about that, his own vision as a person and minister heading that sector. At 9:15, we'll bring to you sports, entertainment, commercials here brought to you by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. 9:20 to 10 o'clock this morning, despite President Marka threatening to shut down Western Cluster Liberia because of the damage to the road and taking all of the resources, the iron ore company has increased its trucking times 10 daily, ignoring the call by the president. And while in Yakipa and Grand Bassa, Islamita workers cry out for lack of safe drinking water and bad labor practices. So some of these things we'll be talking about exclusively on the last segment of the show this morning. We'll give you the opportunity to also weigh in on some of these discussions. In the midst of all country first, and this is the breakfast for you this morning.
Great, beautiful lineup. Trying to manage your Marka a little bit.
Yeah,
He needs some hot coffee.
exactly.
Hey, he's in the morning. Yes. So let's bring you health tip this morning. Let's bring you the health tip. What's making news with our health tip? Derry Ernest Coty. He's going to fill us in with our health tip. But at 8:10 this morning, right after the review of the papers, we will speak with the LNCC head, Councillor Zandra Zold. We understand there's some new regulations for incoming public officials. So we'll bring her on right after the review of the local dealings. Yes, welcome to the Truth Breakfast Show. This is O'Neill and Marka. Let's get with from David Ernest Coty with our health tip this morning right here on the Breakfast Show. Good morning to you, David Coty.
Good morning to you. Good morning to Ambassador Davis. Good morning to the listening public. God has been so good to us. He made us and then not just put us down here and leave us like that. He provided food and medicine and placed them all over us. All we need to do now is to know them and eat them and drink them. Now, coconut water is our topic today. The benefits of coconut water, if you drink the coconut water every day, the benefits you will get are number one, it is filled with electrolytes. Electrolytes are good for the proper functioning of the brain, the heart, the muscle, and the nerves. So you see, coconut water is very important. We just drink it, but we don't know how good it is to us. Coconut water is rich in antioxidants. Antioxidants are substances that may prevent or delay some types of cell damage. The cells are going to be another topic that I'm going to talk about one day so you can know how important cells are in the body. It helps fight diabetes. Oh, coconut water, you're very good to us. It helps to fight diabetes. It protects against kidney stones. You need to know that. This is the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Now, when I talk about cardiovascular disease, I'm talking about heart diseases. And I told you about three major ones, and we'll continue to come back to them from time to time. Heart failure is one of them. Heart attack is another one. Cardiac arrest is another one. Now, it protects against hypertension or high blood pressure. You see how important coconut water is? You drink it, but you don't know. You don't know it all. Now, it helps in weight loss. It prevents storage of fats in the body because it's low in calorie and sugar. It's good for glowing skin, shining skin. It makes your skin to look good when you drink it regularly. The skin needs water to look healthy, and coconut water is good for that. It helps with digestion also. Now, box coconut, I mean, box coconut water is good, but natural coconut water is better. You know, they have some coconut water in the supermarket. You can find them and you can buy them in the box or bag. They're good. But the best one to look for is the natural one directly from the tree. You just put your straw in there and drink it, or put in a glass and drink it. Now, the question is, how much coconut water do you drink? Are you just going to sit under the coconut tree in Maryland or Grand Creek where you have a whole lot of coconut or coconut plantation? You just sit under there, just keep drinking and drinking and drinking? No, it would not be good for your health. Too much of everything is not good. The glycemic index in coconut is 54. That is normal. The normal glycemic index is between 1 to 55. So 54 is good. That's a normal range of the glycemic index Anyway, now, do not drink more than 2 to 3 glasses a day. Don't drink more than 2 to 3 glasses a day. It is not good for you. I myself did not know this. I got 7 coconut trees in my yard. Sometimes I just let them bring it down, and I just keep drinking and keep drinking and keep drinking. But I know now that it is not good to drink more than 2 to 3 glasses a day. Warning. Just warning. People who have renal insufficiency should not drink coconut water. You're not going to speak up like a doctor sometimes before I break it down. Yeah, people who have renal insufficiency should not drink coconut water. That simply means if you have kidney problem, kidney failure, do not drink coconut water. It is a condition in which the kidney cannot filter the blood anymore. So once you have a kidney problem, but how will you know that you have a kidney problem? When you don't even go to the hospital one day to check your kidney, to just ask the doctor, look, I came to do a general checkup. I don't have much money, but let me just do my kidney today. The next thing you go, you see, let me do my heart. Now, most people don't do that. It's very bad. Some of you have one kidney, you were born with one, and some are born with two. Some are even born with 2 kidneys, but only one is working. So it's dangerous to just sit there and don't check your kidney. Now, what if you don't know that you have a kidney problem? You just keep drinking coconut water. Coconut water. Trouble. Remember this. Drink warm or hot water first thing in the morning on empty stomach before you brush your teeth is important. I repeat. Drink warm or hot water first thing in the morning on empty stomach before you brush your teeth. It will flush out all particles from the previous night. We eat every day. Sometimes in the evening we do our little dinner. But when you drink hot water in the morning, those little particles that remain in the intestine and stomach, it will clear them out. But you got to be consistent about it. It will also give you good blood circulation. That is what hot water can do in the morning. It serves as a natural laxative. When you drink hot water from time to time, you will not need a yellow tablet anymore. When your stomach is tight, you go send for yellow tablet and you destroy your liver. Every time drinking or taking in tablet destroy your liver. Once you take your hot water every morning, you will not need those yellow tablets anymore. But you gotta be consistent. You don't drink it today, and you done with 3-4 days. No. Be consistent in drinking every morning.
Remember this.
Now, remember this with honor. Yeah, that's what we're about. I did not say drink tea or coffee first thing in the morning. So you, Mr. Green Tea in studio there, you have coffee. I did not say drink coffee or tea in the morning on empty stomach. No, I said drink hot or warm water in the morning. It is good to drink coffee or tea 1 hour after breakfast. I'm telling you again, you O'Neill, you like green tea too much, you like to drink on empty stomach. Stop. Drink green tea or coffee or tea 1 hour after breakfast, not before. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Abbas.
Thank you.
I wait to. David, I don't know why people keep saying you're not a medical doctor.
The car okay now?
Oh, I was in prison yesterday. I passed not too far from your area.
Okay.
That tire, I bought a new tire.
Okay, that's good.
A brand new one. I just put it on the day. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Abbas. Have a blessed day.
You have a blessed day too, Donna.
Okay. Yes, difficulty with our health tip this morning. We have to work in time. Let's get a review of the local dailies. What's making news from the print media 812, 810. We'll bring on the LNCC boss, Councilor Zandria Zoe, live by let's have what is making news from the print media this morning. And so, welcome to the review of the local dailies. Oh, yes. And let's start with the Inquirer newspaper, the front page of the Inquirer newspaper. U.S. Africa Business Summit. Will boycott sell arrest agenda? Is a question mark. Will Joseph boycott sell arrest agenda? Is a question mark. U.S. Africa Business Summit is on the front page of from the Inquirer. You can grab a copy and read the rest of the story. UN John Mission wraps on maternal newborn deaths. It's also a sub story on the front page of from the Inquirer newspaper. Let's see if I can go to the back page. What the back page have? The back page of from the Inquirer. Why did Law Day celebration achieve? It's a question mark. What did Law Day celebration achieve? As lawyers turn hall into daycare. Oh my God. We didn't say what, Jimmy. Oh, yeah, line. As lawyer turned hall into a daycare center. It's on the back page here. Grab a copy and read the rest of the story from the Inquirer this morning.
Yes, let's go for the Daily Observer newspaper. The top story on the front page is social media influencing justice in Liberia. It is a question mark. Chief Justice thinks so, blames various platforms for denting public confidence in the justice system. The photograph of Chief Justice Sianayo is captured on the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Another sub-lead story on the front page, Ambassador Solonte applauds Boakai for establishing War and Economic Crimes Court Office. The photograph of the former Ambassador Jeremiah Solonte is captured alongside President Boakai. This is an old picture.
Okay.
I think this picture was taken at the time the president was not president yet. Yeah.
Okay.
So Independent Human Rights Commission releases situation report on Liberia's human rights. Outline rape and gender-based violence as a difficult situation in Liberia. Councillor Dempster Brown is also captured on the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Another story there, a lot awaits lawmakers as they return from recess. So the Capitol building is also captured. Let's go to the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper. GVTC inaugurates gigantic state-of-the-art facility in Bentor City. That is the Gateway Vocational Training Center. That's the only story there on the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper. This paper is sold for $40 thanks to the editor-in-chief, William Hammer, for waking up early today to make the paper available.
Get on time. Yes, let's go to the Independent. We're trying to rush our time. The front page. I'm going to see in the front page of the Independent. Samuel D. What's happening? Silent tragedy hits as UN's 1,100 women perish in childbirth. Amen. Every 12 months in Liberia. Silent tragedies is captured the entire front page here of the Independent. 1,100 women perish in childbirth every 12 months in Liberia. Judges urged to ensure fair trials to solve this story as government vows to support the judiciary. I'm seeing the Vice President Jeremiah Kun is captured on the front page or from on the front page you have from the Independent this morning.
Yeah, so let's go for the Hot Pepper newspaper. The lead story said, target Israel and we will target you. U.S. government threatens ICC chief prosecutor with sanctions. Vows to end all support if. Yep.
If what?
So that's it. Grab the copy of the paper for $40 and read details. And the sub-lead story, zombie, new narcotic drug discovered in Liberia. See photographs of people standing the spirit on the wall, some in the street, and all of that. So this is the new narcotic substance discovered in Liberia, and the DA said it was around the red light in Painesville that this was discovered. Let's go to the back page of the Hot Pepper newspaper. U.S. businessman eyes investment in Liberia is captured on his phone. Also on the back page of the Hot Pepper newspaper. Ernest Freeman appointed LRS comptroller for naturalization. Okay, he's captured also here on the back page of the Hot Pepper newspaper. So you can grab a copy of this paper for just $40 Liberian to read the details of the story.
Yeah, so the last stuff for my end because of time, I'm getting the alert of the LACC boss. The New Republic newspaper will chop US 365,000. It's a question mark as investigative committee releases report on inaugural fund. This talks about the inauguration of Joseph Boyka. Grab a copy of the New Republic. Senator Saros calls for cancellation of US $40 million contract. Why is it? Let's see if I can go to the back page of the New Republic. Still true to journalism ethic. Well, this is the U.S. Sachet Affairs, Cathy Rodriguez. She's captured on the back page of from the New Republic. Still true to journalism ethics. U.S. Ambassador reminds Liberian journalists. It's on the back page of from The New Republic. Ends the review of the New Republic newspaper.
Yes, so that does it for the review of the local dailies this morning. Coming up shortly, we will link up with the executive chairperson of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, Councillor Alexandra Zoe, this morning. Yes, I think Odi is just trying to
yes
to link up. Shortly, we will have the council on the line to give us some information concerning.
The morning at all council affair. The 8:30 is Councilor Bangalo.
Yes, so Councilor Zoe will speak to us a little bit about
Yes, I think I got her now.
the regulations for asset declaration.
Yes. Yeah, so we have the head of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, Councilor Alexandra Zoe, live at mobile phone. Good morning to you, Council. Welcome to the Truth Breakfast Show.
Good morning, O'Neill, and good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone out there in Radio Land.
Great. How is the LSCC?
The LSCC is doing great. I mean, we are maintaining our stability. We are focusing on meeting our objectives. We have little challenges here and there, but we are focused and we're doing the work of the Liberian people. So yes, the LSCC is doing great.
Great. So let's go to business. But there's new regulations in the coming days. Access declaration for public official. What is the new regulations all about?
So I would like to clarify that it's not a new regulation. It's a regulation that exists here at the LCC. It actually defines the declaration regimes. Basically, it tells who are required to file or declare assets, when to declare assets, how to declare assets. And so it's done annually. And so this year, asset declaration deadline is July, the last working day in July. And the regulation states that we have the responsibility to inform the public 2 months prior to the deadline of the deadline for declaring assets. So this is the exercise that's ongoing. So actually, it is not a new regulation. Let me clarify. It is a regulation that currently exists with the LACC. It's just that we are just doing publicity on it just to have public officials aware that there is actually a deadline for asset declaration. Asset declaration will not be ongoing all year. This is the process.
Do we have more officials? I mean, declaring the assets. Or I remember during the third cabinet meeting, the president had to remind his officials to declare the assets. Do we have more of them coming through the LSCC declaring the assets?
So currently, as we speak, asset declaration of public official has actually been slow. As I mentioned earlier on the talk show, based on our statistics we have here, we have established that the president has made about 500 nominations, and as we speak, we have only, as per our first quarter records, we have only 75% declaring assets. We think this is unacceptable. We understand that some of these nominations are subject to appointments, and then in keeping with the code of conduct, we have 30 days, but most of those appointments and the 30 days has elapsed. And so we are calling on those officials to proceed to the LCC to declare assets. By May 15, we will begin publication of compliance for asset declaration, while also ensuring that officials have up to July, the last working day in July, to declare their assets.
So, just for clarity's sake, we understand following the transition, there was this call for estate declaration. People who were coming in also needed to declare. Is it the deadline you're talking about? Is it for these declaration or their annual declarations? We have that deadline.
It's an annual declaration. Annual declaration. The cut-off period for the annual declaration is July, last working day in July. So it's for incoming officials. As we know, on July 22nd, the new government on January 22nd, 2024, the new government came into place, and so they had from January, to July to declare their assets.
Okay. What does the law say to be done to people who fail to declare beyond the deadline?
So for that one, it's clearly stated in the code of conduct. We have different sanctions. And that's going to be imposed by us, and this is the reason we are happy that the office of the ombudsman is being established.
Okay.
So we will recommend for the legislature, and the executive to recommend to the president to take the appropriate steps in keeping with the code of conduct, and some of those sanctions are immediate suspension, withholding of salaries, and those are things. And then based on the president's own position, he can decide what to do. But in keeping with the code of conduct, the sanctions are listed there.
Okay.
And basically it has to do with suspension or termination, as well as withholding of salaries and benefits until compliance is met.
Okay, Councilor, so earlier on, I heard you talking about challenges. What are the challenges? The challenges holding you back. What are the challenges? I heard you saying that.
So on you, this is not something new. If you've been following us, every time we come to the studio, we mention a challenge of funding, and this is an issue that is becoming very, very challenging for us. Since the first quarter, we have not been able to get funding to carry on our programs and activities here at the LECC. So this causes a lot of challenges for us in our workings here. So our major challenge is basically funding. For us to be able to fight corruption, to carry on our programs and activities, we need funding. We have not been able to get funding. We are working with the relevant authorities, but we just want to point it out that it's becoming challenging for the LECC.
So, for clarity's sake, this is one of the issues that people think is holding some people back to declare, because they think that when you declare, you have to publish. So, what does the law say on declaration and publication?
So, in keeping with the LECC Act, because it's the LECC Act that gives the LECC the authority to serve as the only government agency responsible for asset declaration, it does not require us to publish the actual asset declaration and the information on the declaration form. What we do is we publish listing of compliant and non-compliant officials.
Okay.
Now, in keeping with transparency and accountability, for some public officials, of them have taken upon themselves to declare or to publish their declaration. And this is something that they are doing on their own volition, but the LCC law does not compel us to publish asset declaration information.
Okay.
We can publish compliance and non-compliance listing, but not the actual declaration information.
Okay. Yes, Council, any other thing as we try to take leave of you this morning?
So thank you again. You've been one of our partners. I continue to say the media is our friend. We're going to use every opportunity we have with the media to be able to showcase the work here at the LACC. And so I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to be here this morning. I want to use this opportunity to again call on all officials of government. Please proceed to the LACC and declare your asset. You have up to July, the last working day in July. Notwithstanding, by May 15, we'll begin to publish. The first listing we'll begin to publish is the compliant listing. If you don't see your name on the listing, that means you have not declared. The next step we'll compile that listing and submit it to the president for action. So, officials of government who now want to be on that listing, for action by the president.
Okay.
So thank you.
No business as usual. Gazo, thank you so much for coming through this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Yes, the voice of the LSCC, boss, Councillor Zanga Zo, boss this morning on the Truth Breakfast Show. Shall I 8:30 will bring on the Minister of Youth and Sports? Yes, minimum time. Councillor Cole
Yeah,
Bangalore will be with us shortly.
I think he's going to get into the category of
David
Cummings, Councilor Gonglo, Lema Bowie.
Respecting time.
Yeah.
Okay. Musability.
Yeah, probability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this SOS call for this guy quickly. I mean, this is just out of good humor of mine. If you want to contribute, I mean, he's actually losing his life on a daily basis. So it's a SOS call we're closing out for Sir Johnson. If God touch your heart with anything, you can send him your mobile. Yes, Sir Johnson 0776 08 4886. 0776 08 4886. Then the MTM is 0555 77 5828. 0555 77 5828. Sir Johnson is on it. And then anything God lays on your heart, I mean, you can go ahead and send it for him. It helps save his life. Yes, let's be calls at least for 5 minutes. Then Shuttle bring on the face of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Councillor Cole Bangalore, who's already in studio this morning. Let's pick some calls up 0777 285 961.
And the alternative number 0770202579. You can call this morning and weigh in on some of the discussions we've had this morning. You just also listen to the executive chairperson of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. Yes.
Good morning.
And for you, Marka, my concern is just
Okay, he's off the line. We'll have former lawmaker Derek, just 2 minutes. 1 minute, I say 2 minutes. Go ahead.
People look for a job in this country for hundreds of years, and when they get it, they just throw it away in a minute. What is wrong with declaring your assets? Are you planning to steal like other people did in the past? If you want to steal, tell us, then we'll just get you out. Because I have said from time to time, you don't have to have 50 houses to declare your assets. When you have even one shirt, one shoes, that's what you have. So that when your term is over, you know what you're leaving with. If it is the same one shirt, one private, or 3 cars, we want to know. So happy to hear about the penalties this morning. And I hope something can happen.
Okay.
So, Uncle Joe, please, those who have not declared, force them to declare all what he's supposed to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we'll call up 077.
0770202579. Let me take this one. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Good morning.
My name is Patrick Somo. I come from Road.
Okay.
Yeah, the WTG God's revelation this morning is shocking. You know, because to say that out of 500 appointments so far, only 75 are declared their assets, and the 75 is inclusive of some lawmakers. It means that the president, what the president promised, that there will be no business as usual, I mean, it's being repeated here. People will think that once they are.
So, but the time we'll start to say business as usual continuous will be after the deadline and these listings are published and recommendations are made towards those who are not declared and nothing is done, then we'll say this is business as usual.
The deadline, according to the LSCC boss, is July. July is right here. But the problem is, we can't wait until the deadline. The thing is, the writing should be done now. We can't say let's wait until the deadline before we start to condemn. I mean, let's start to bring.
Okay, let's try to push them down to do. Good morning. Good morning. What you mean verification? She said she didn't talk about. She said publishing, publication. Okay. 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 Thank you so much for joining us as well. We'll just take two more calls. Good morning. Okay, thank you. Let me take the final one. The minister been here for over 10 minutes now. Good morning. Good morning.
Having growth, and I'm joining the conversation this morning from District 4. To re-emphasize or to strengthen to reinforce that people this morning on the issue of drugs. I followed the news this morning that I listened to the Reverend drug enforcement director in command. So it's so distinguished and poverty that says that the bonus will still getting drugs. You know, it's not drugging. What so that to start using our young people.
Oh, you there?
So like you said, all the parents, even if you're wrong schools, you know, everyone will find young people, they're not parents, they're not free for society is showing problem to you see the about the police they haven't given quickly in their life, so the money is a sincere cause. So you put money that teach you straight on. They see the conversation for the day, they see how they get the cause, when you can show it. James and what control, they're not big for the health of drug, and that government fair on the issue of drug because they are seeing people that are running official and running a political association.
Thank you. Make accusation that you can prove again. Yes, let's go now to Studio B, where the Minister of Youth and Sports, Councillor Gerald Cole Bangalu, is seated. Onu Rawa is right there with him. So, Onu?
Yes, thank you so much. This is the Truth Breakfast Show, the first segment with our guests in studio. The face of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, well, Councillor Gerald Cole Bankalu, live of us this morning. Good morning to you in Nimba 96.9, 96.1 in Sackley and Boundary Lane. This broadcast. Would like to say welcome. My name is O'Neill along with Marka. It's a privilege to have in studio the Minister of Youth and Sports with us. Good morning to you, Councillor. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, O'Neill, and good morning to Marka and to Truth FM. It's been a while. Thanks for having me.
It's been a while.
Yes.
You want to do it with the headphone, I think. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Great. How are you? Before we start this flight, how health wise? Are you okay? Everything?
I'm good. I praise God, and we're doing good. I mean, God being the chief agent and protector of our faith. I must give it all to him.
How's the Ministry of Youth and Sports? When you talk about sport that covers other young people, a big ministry. How's the youth and sports?
Well, so the Ministry of Youth and Sports is very big. It's really big. But for some reason, because we are housed in the sports complex there, people think it's the Ministry for Sports.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually Youth Development, Technical Vocational Education Training, and Sports. And so, yes, we're doing good. And I must say, the various departments, meaning the Department of Administration, Department of TVET,
Mm-hmm.
Department of Youth Development, and the Department of Sports have been doing very great. And I think we are well on course.
Since taking over, is it a hectic job? Co-Bangalore, normally in the law, going back and forth now. You over a whole ministry. How has it been? Very challenging. You see a new staff, different ideas coming back and forth workers. How has it been since taking over?
I think we have the most challenging job and responsibility. And our job is really, really overly challenging. You may not understand until you sit in the seat we sit in. So when the president appointed us, we had to realistically look at what the president's intention was, consistent with the arrest agenda, and how we can engender what he wants to see happen. So, O'Neill, if the census report of 2022 says close to 75% of this country's population is young people or youth, then we have a challenge.
Mm.
And so, at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the Department of Youth Development is very, very, very cardinal. And so, recently, perhaps you heard about some programs on youth development. There is one called the At Risk Youth Program.
Okay.
And that's why I'm very happy with the way you guys are amplifying this issue of drugs
Mm-hmm.
and drug abuse and substance abuse. And I must also commend the LDEA. We are approaching it from a multi-sectorial perspective.
Okay.
So we've been working together with the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Justice, LDEA,
Mm-hmm.
and we believe if we do it jointly, we can tackle and reduce this. Look, for some people, and it is understandable that we may be losing the war on drugs on the demand side.
Mm-hmm.
And so the LDEA is insisting that they will highly focus on the supply side.
Okay.
O'Neill, our young people actually live on drugs. It's no secret. There has been mapping surveys conducted by international partners that suggest that our young people are actually living on drugs. Uh, and if you start with some of the principals of schools, you will cry.
Hmm.
They inform you that even in the bathrooms on a daily basis, they come across kids who are trying to do drugs. And so it is a serious thing. And so we from the Ministry of Youth and Sports believe strongly that so much needs to be done, especially on the rehabilitation and capacity building aspect. LDEA will do the arrest. The Ministry of Health will handle the detoxification and the health component. But what next? You want them to be useful citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So it is the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Ministry of Education, perhaps, that will now have to get involved with the actual rehabilitation and then the capacity building program. And that's where our TVET programs
Could
come
definitely
in.
come in. So, Minister, let's look at a specific vision. I mean, now you are the face, regardless of all of the challenges. Well, the president so well. We entrust Council of Bangala. I mean, you're going to give that place a real face, bring in a lot of. Let's look at your clear vision, the specific vision and goals for promoting youth programs in our country.
So it is multidimensional. And so, from the youth development side, our focus is consistent with the president's focus when he says drugs and substance abuse must be dealt with. And so, our at risk youth program is key to our vision to ensure that we enhance the program so that it cannot just be Moreover based. O'Neill, this issue of drugs and substance abuse is now nationwide. Everywhere you go in Liberia, you see the same kind of people coming to you. Hey, Brabi, and all these kinds of stuff. And so it is a nationwide thing, and we want it to be. And so our vision is to provide opportunities for these young people, especially using the capacity building or mechanisms that we have in place. And that's why we continue to laud the partnership with the EU and the UNIDO. Right now, they are rehabilitating most of our high schools across the country in terms of, for example, the multilateral high schools. Their desire, along with the government, is to ensure that in the next 2 years, every county will have a very equipped and functional TVET institution. That's where we are, and that's our focus, working with them to ensure. Currently, we have TVET operations. The Moreover Vocational Training Center, is here, and VCC is on us. We have the Patent Development Occupational Training Center.
Is it cutting across the country or just most of it?
So, EU's focus is that every country will have at least one functional TVET facility. They're going 8, 7 more to go over the next 24 months. And we are very glad for such a partnership. So it's going to be across the country. But the ones that are existing, we have to make them more operational and functional. Like the Clay Vocational Training Center, the Tumutu in Saralabon County. The EU has done massive rehabilitation of that facility. They'll be turning it over again to us shortly. And so, yes, that is our focus, the rehabilitation and the capacity building, so that you don't just take them from the streets or you arrest them and put them in jail, but we are more focused on what next after all of those things. And so, because most of them are victims, we are going to be able. Recently, we had the graduation of the first batch of the at-risk youth graduates. The president attended the program. 127 students of at-risk youth graduated. There were 178, but after the exit urine drug test, 127 were successful. So it tells you that even during the period of the rehabilitation, some of them were still on drugs. That's why they didn't pass.
Absolutely. So, Council, let me ask again. Why government will be making efforts, because this thing, you are going to be dealing with a huge population of young people who are currently on drugs. There are other smaller or private institutions that are engaged, and some have been successfully doing this thing and graduating and transforming a number of young persons, including the Destiny Recovery Program and other institutions. Are there any plans to start working with these institutions? Because, for example, somebody would say it's the government's responsibility to provide education, but you have private schools, you have faith-based schools that are also helping the government in providing education. So, in the same vein, do you intend to collaborate with these private homes or institutions that are into this rehabilitation thing?
90% of the recent graduates were catered to by private service providers,
Okay.
or 90% of them. And, it's a collaboration with the UN, Matching Fund Initiative, where the government pumped in some money and then the UN. So they were being paid by by this program, the At-Risk Youth Program. And so we like to laud the private service providers. For example, the Lutheran Training Institute in Salaya or Lofa County had about 50 of the students there. Here in Broadway, in Buchanan, I mean, there were a lot of private institutions, even in Magebe. So yes, to answer your question, we want this thing to be in collaboration with the private sector initiative. The reason we're also stressing the government side and equipping the government facilities is for even a more larger and sustainable program. so that even after the program support that coming in from the international partners, at least you have a mechanism in place wherein government institutions are fully equipped and are continuing the exercise.
And all this goes along with fundings. I mean, you can have all of the best of idea. How do you plan addressing the issue of inadequate fundings for the Ministry of Youth and Sports?
So the president announced that this is a priority, and he informed us that he would do everything possible. So it's been reflected in the national budget. There is going to be some support to this program from national government, and then it will even buttress what the UNDP has been doing, because normally they want you as a government to also show that you are serious about this, which the president has demonstrated, and the legislature has also buttressed this. And so, yes, it's going to be heavily funded by the government.
What can you boast of in this effort during the first 100 days?
Well, I just told you we graduated the first batch of the at-risk youth graduates
Okay.
from the program. And let me tell you a little more about that program. Not just graduating them, but they all learned some vocational skills and training. And part of what we did in this program was to provide kits for them, so that after graduation, if you did tailoring, for example, boys sewing machine and all of the accessories, if you did baking, or you buying a stove with some accessories and other items, the whole idea is for sustainability. And then we're also going to provide 1 year rental payment for them. So they've already found the place.
It's a nationwide team, Minister.
It's a nationwide
I'm here looking at you talking. This is just Monserrado. I'm here thinking about those who in Nimba, in Mangibi, in other counties. They are like, you cover all of them.
And that was even the emphasis laid by the president. And even the lawmakers who went for the year, they all are saying that this thing is not just a Moreover-based thing. And so we agree with them. That's why this program and the government initiative will cut across. It is supposed to go across the country, especially now with the vocational training facilities being rehabilitated. We're going to ensure that we work with those vocational institutions, especially on the rehabilitation side.
Let's go to something very important. The challenges. For one's listening now, well, so the Minister of Youth and Sports is on, but there are challenges within the ministry you get to talk about. You know, my friends, to listen. When you wake up, your BP is running all back and forth. You need funding. What are the main challenges?
Well, a series of challenges, and we didn't take up the responsibility not knowing that there are challenges. But for example, we are hosted at the Samuel Kayande Sports Complex, right? Now, our generator there is 1,000 kVA, close to 50 gallons per hour.
Doing 50 gallons.
That's what the generator uses. So every time you play football game over there, that's what we use. That's the only thing I can put on the scoreboard and even the floodlights. So that is a challenge.
In the absence of the game, you don't have electricity?
Well, most times. We have a 125 kVA that uses 7 gallons per hour, but it has some problem. We try to rehabilitate it and do some repair on it of late, but it is a challenge. Now, we also are hosted under the basement because it's under the stadium. So the offices are normally dark when there's no electricity. So we've been bumping on LEC to kindly help us continue electricity availability. But you know, they're doing the rationing, so it is a challenge. Secondly, you know, when you're doing development, sometimes you don't expect on the other unforeseen occurrences. So when FIFA said that we needed bucket seats, so the government did everything to ensure that bucket seats were planted. But in that process, while doing the drilling, it wasn't done with caution. And so when it rains, there's serious leakage. And so the offices are flooded. Seriously.
Sense taking over.
Yes. And so we need to repair that. How is something that is being assessed? There's no light at the stadium in terms of floodlights. And that was reflected in the transitional team's report. You know, Kimmy Weeks was the head of the transitional team. And so they did a report, a status report. and they mentioned that there are no floodlights. And it corroborated what the turnover note indicated from Minister Zoga Wilson, that indeed there were no floodlights. So recently, I think you heard that when we started the county meet, one of the games that went in the dark had to be, yes, it was because there are just no lights.
No lights.
To change the lights, it's not just going to
So
change
you
the
didn't
bulb.
you didn't resolve that.
No, but it is not just going to be resolved like that. You're talking between 500 to 550,000 US dollars to change the floodlights.
Wow.
So it's not just you just go and you pay 100. No, when people say, oh, the people took over in January, and so they should have known, I just laugh because you're talking more than $500,000 US dollars to change the lights.
Maybe you're
And
not
FIFA,
saying that the public was not aware. All
well,
they know is that
no,
you should take
no,
one light bulb and just
no.
change it the next
We
day.
had a series of press conferences on
Mhm,
it.
mhm.
The reason why we had the games at 2 o'clock, which was very unprecedented, was because of the lights. We said it. Normally, you don't do counting in 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. But we did it in 2 o'clock and we announced it. But people sometimes just want to be sometimes mischievous and they just say, oh, they just get at you at all. But for me, I don't mind. We accept all of the criticism, and even if something that's spill over, we assume the responsibility. As a mature government, we got to make sure it is done. And so we're going to do everything possible to ensure that the floodlights are restored. And FIFA is requiring not just changing of the lights, because currently the lights that we have there are analog.
Okay.
FIFA is saying it has to be digital.
A digital.
Yes.
Let's
So
bring you back to the tournament, the country's biggest tournament. Now, since taking over, this tournament was postponed 3 months. I remember when Joseph Boakai won the presidency, the outgoing administration still wanted to host it. Was said, no, you have to hold it. When you prepare to host this national content meet, there were other sports that was not play like the kickball, I'm not the basketball, the table tennis, only the football and kickball. When you prepare,
so the previous government had started the process, and on the eve of the commencement, the transitional team announced that there will be a postponement of the county meet. So all of the people who have been deployed, all of the money spent to deploy match commissioners, referees, and other people, these people had to come back
okay,
because the games were being played across in 4 counties. They had to come back because there was a postponement. And there was a problem with some of the teams that had already moved and traveled to the venues. They've been on the back with the issue of reimbursement and everything. But again, it was a national mandate. The inauguration was a priority, and so they had to come back. So what the president did was to include this as part of his 100-day deliverable. To
okay.
show that there will be no vacuum, because in the absence of hosting the 2023 version,
Mhm.
then 2023 will go the champion, the
okay.
county meet, and that was going to be bad.
Mhm,
So they included it as a deliverable under us
mhm.
to host the county meet.
Any regret you miss out the basketball, the table tennis,
So
all
there,
the
there was
sports?
a discussion with the basketball federation. Stop inciting our business. We had a good discussion with them. They
Yeah.
had issues with that, but
Okay.
they understood
Mhm.
that because of funding and the time, so they agreed
Yeah,
that we
but don't travel. I don't know.
football and kickball. And the counties
No,
themselves, they
nothing
didn't have the money because the only money that was provided was the one that was already issued prior to our takeover, the 150,000 US dollars from government,
Mhm.
besides the assistance from Mr. Steel and Orange.
Mhm.
Even though portion of that money had already been used
Okay.
to send for printing of tickets,
Mm.
and also myself, for example, we insist that $10,000 be used to print T-shirts and souvenirs and what have you. But at least the teams were able to understand, and so we inherited the budget of $300,000 for government to finance,
Mhm.
150,000 given, but again we went and begged them. So we give the first tranche already to the counties.
Okay.
So the second tranche will be giving them this week once we get the remaining portion of $150,000 that is supposed to be issued this week. So yes, I mean that was a challenge, but we're happy. The ultimate was to host the county meet.
Mm.
It was hosted, and I would like to commend the counties. The 15 counties only, they were very supportive and cooperative to a large extent. There were skirmishes that occurred, which sometimes happen in sports. It doesn't deter us. But on the landscape, on the
You mean
overall,
vandalizing of the
that was a
the
serious
field?
one. That
Were
one,
you in the stadium?
Minister will know.
I was there
Okay.
and I saw the inhumane behavior of some of the people. And like I said, it's been investigated and the report will come up. But it was as a result of angry supporters of Grand Julia County.
Before Marka
Who,
can come in, the issue of the referee sparks the entire social media block. This man is only professional career. Was it timely? Was it public sentiment that I mean, he can spell for the games, no more going to there, or you could seek a redress, also due process. The referee.
so let me say this. Let me just provide this clarity because people have been asking me about referees and technical aspect of the game. The entire technical aspect is turned over to the Liberian Football Association.
Okay.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports does not get involved. So the referee federation, the referee association, and the football association will take actions after their own investigation against their members. All we do is uphold it. So they took the decision, and we have nothing to do with it.
Yes, Marka, you're coming. Sorry.
Okay, that's great. So I was just about to ask the minister, despite all of the other challenges he mentioned, especially during the course of the tournament. Can you recount what was your most regrettable incident?
When that issue of the violence occurred, where some angry spectators after the Grand Jury match, Grand Jury and Nimba, took onto themselves to become lawless. Now, O'Neill, the government has spent more than 30,000 US dollars, for example, to fulfill FIFA requirement of bringing dugout seats for the teams. You need a specialized kind of seat imported that you need for the substitute bench, what we call the substitute bench. They vandalized everything there. Why? They broke everything that had to do with the substitute bench, and they went even in the dressing rooms and damaged a lot of things in there, which now required us spending huge sums of money. We spent 72 hours, day and night, trying to repair and purchase and bring back some of the items. Lone Star plays in June, the World Cup qualifying series. FIFA and CAF inspectors will come. And one of those things that are not there, our fuel will be banned. Then we have to use another venue and all of this kind of thing. So I don't understand why people would be so barbaric and inhumane to themselves. Because you're going to be using government money again to restore it. And at the same time, you every day cry that the government does not have money. And if the government has money, there are priority needs. So that was just unfortunate. And quite frankly, we're going to take action once the report comes out. The other thing is, I think you saw that we took action against Grand Bassar
Yeah,
County.
Bassar,
Yes.
okay.
So Grand Bassar,
That decision came from Youth and Sport, not the LFA.
the steering committee.
Yes, the steering committee.
The steering committee.
Okay.
Because I was strictly administrative. But because the rules are clear, if you choose to discontinue a match or withdraw, then you put the entire tournament in jeopardy. The overarching objective of the tournament is to unite our people, allow the coaches to scout our talents, and so that at the end of the day, we all can be beneficiaries. But you, on the field, instruct your players to leave. What is that? You have won this thing before, and everyone supported you. And especially, you have nothing to do with the decisions of referees. The decision of the referee stands. So that's the best thing to do, to call your players to leave. Even the players wanted to continue to play, but few of the officials. So the officials who incited that, we banned them for 2 years. They will go for 2 years, and the county for withdrawing for the tournament, the rule says 2,500 US dollars. So they will have to pay that money. And so that is it. I know I've spoken to a lot of well-meaning Grand Bassar citizens who have condemned the action of the few people who instructed the team to discontinue the match.
Yes, I think we agree with that action by steering committee and the ministry in that light, because what we saw was not the practice of sportsmanship. However, You're being hugely criticized for not publicizing the tournament this year. They believe you didn't carry jingles to radio stations. You didn't spend on the media, and they keep questioning what did you do with the media funds?
The media fund. I wish we had media fund.
Okay.
Only we just took over this thing and ran into it. Part of the 100-day deliverable. We
Okay.
didn't have the kind of resources actually. Our apology. We had a media committee, a whole media committee, with a lot of your colleagues on board. The Bama Kamara, the rest of the guys. Ask them. We've been going through a lot. Sorry, we could not just do more than what we had. Look, this county meet, please allow it to go.
We should allow it to
The
go.
December county meet, trust
Okay.
me,
We should kind of
you
next one
guys will
coming up
be
on you.
fully involved. Publicity was not that bad
Mhm.
because you guys,
We'll get
despite
free airtime, just
free,
open.
no, I
Almost
mean,
all network were just doing
my man, I want to put you,
love
I
for
want to put
country.
you on my back. You guys did extremely well, and not just you. ELBC, Intel Sport. One of my cousins called from the States and said he saw the thing on Satcom. I'm not channel 8. I think it was through Intel.
Yeah, it's one of the
Mhm.
I mean, you guys were very remarkable. You saw the final game, how fight it was.
I didn't go to the field, but I watched on television.
My brother,
Mhm.
it would be a catastrophe if they are not close together.
How can we make the youth and sport before we get the telephone lines open? When people think about youth and sport, we know about content media. If we make a change, it comes to the Jericho Banker will make a change. We'll not just have that perception. Content media, then think about youth and sports. How can we?
But only I just
Yes,
spoke about
yeah.
our
I
major
want you to
priority.
reaffirm. I'm seeing comments coming back,
Yeah,
back and
but
forth.
the youth
Mhm.
development component is the key. I told you our population of as a country is predominantly youth, young people. These are the future leaders of the country. So when we see that a good portion of them not doing well and trying to lean on the side of this whole thing about drugs and are susceptible to it, our focus is to discontinue that. I told you, youth development and technical vocational education is a priority. We don't have ministry of youth and sports. I mean of sports. We don't have ministry for sports. In as much as sports is very important. Very, very important. Look, O'Neill, it's not just football, kickball. There are 34 sporting federations. All of them doing their best, but under strenuous conditions. So the government has to at least do what it can to support these federations. If you look at what is being provided in the past budget, you you understand that there have been no support given to these sporting federations. And they've been doing extremely well. Winning. It's a formula, right? Joseph Formula. Now I want to commend Joseph Formula, who represented Liberia
That's making headway now.
and made headways
Mhm.
in the 400 meters relay. And now he has qualified for the Paris Olympic. That is a star. He's a star. Must commend him. Liberia will be flying at the Paris Olympic in July through him. So our kids are doing extremely well in sports. There are a lot of them doing their best, but we need to develop those who are dissuading so that it can be better for tomorrow.
In terms of the prices of the winner, you care to make mention of that?
Yes, only so.
I mean, it's fluctuating on the social media. You know
Only
now.
I can forward this to you.
Yes, the
But
winners.
yes,
Yes.
but before doing that, let me just read it out.
Okay, go ahead.
So O'Neill, there are huge awards for the winners, and would like to commend winners betting company, EcoBank, ICA. They have done extremely well in terms of providing awards. So from winners sports betting company, they are providing for the first place football winner 2 million Liberian dollars.
Okay.
It's going to River G and will be presented today.
Okay. 2 million.
2 million Liberian dollars.
Okay, that's good.
Lofa County 1 million for second place.
Okay.
And Nima County 500,000 for third place.
Wow.
Yes, from winners. And winners will also provide individual prizes.
Okay.
The most valuable player, and that is Daniel Toke from River G, will get $250,000 Liberian dollars. The highest goal scorer, Blamo Weir from River G, 200,000 Liberian dollars. The best defender, Jusu Dukle from River G, $100,000. The best goalkeeper, Humphrey Grube, River G. You see River G? $100,000.
All these sponsors coming from Winners Incorporated.
Winners Incorporated.
Okay, that's good.
Why you laughing?
Because River G came everything. I'm happy. I'm so happy for River G, my brother.
Hey,
Best coach, Daniel Sasley. River
River
G.
G.
$100,000.
Okay.
The best young player, Alvin Cover from local county.
Okay.
$40,000. This is provided by EcoBank.
Okay.
The youngest player.
Okay, for EcoBank.
EcoBank, yes.
Yeah. Then the
Then-
2 million. Let's recap this. The 2
The
million.
2 million.
is
All
Winners
the other ones
Incorporated.
from Winners.
Okay.
2 million first place
Mm-hmm.
from Winners.
Yes.
1 million second place
Okay.
from Winners.
Okay.
500,000 third place
Okay.
for winner. Then the most valuable player,
Okay.
250,000.
What about the kickball category?
Mm-hmm. So the overall fair play team, Bon County,
Okay.
$100,000.
Who giving that?
Winners.
Winners. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we come to kickball.
Mhm.
River G County. Winners is providing 300,000, and the ICA Insurance Company of Africa 500,000.
Okay.
So it's going to be $800,000 for the first place
800,000.
kickball in total. Yes.
Okay.
Nimba County, and that will go to Riverside, the first one, because they are the champion.
Oh.
So they get me $800,000. Let me just let you know.
All right.
Nimba County came second. So winners $100,000. EcoBank 300,000. So the total will be what? 400,000.
All right.
Second place. The third place, Lofa, winners 50,000. EcoBank 250,000. And so on social media, when winners give the 50,000, people say, "Oh, that offer kickball." No. So 250,000 is coming in addition to that.
All right.
So it's $300,000. The most valuable player in kickball is Cecilia Akwe from Riverside County, $50,000 from EcoBank.
Okay.
The best pitcher, she's Princess Kotuyan from Riverside, $40,000 from EcoBank.
Okay.
Then the best home run, Cecilia Akwe again, Riverside County, $40,000 from EcoBank. The best coach, Anthony Jamba from Riverside, $40,000 EcoBank. The best young player, Bindu Gabla from Riverside, she's also getting $40,000. And then overall fair play team is Bombing County in kickball, $100,000. So those are the prizes and the awards.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks to Winners Incorporated. I mean, yeah,
EcoBank.
yeah,
and
EcoBank,
ICA.
EcoBank. Yeah, done extremely well. Giving back. Yes. Gerald Cole Bangalo, the Minister of Youth and Sports, live on the Truth Breakfast Show. Let's get some calls coming in right now. 0777 405017. That's 0777 405017. You can call, you ask question. Yes, Marka line 2.
Yes, line 2 0770202579. I can take the first call. Yes, let me take the first call. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. Good morning, Leon. Good morning to the listeners in the studio.
Good morning.
My name is Samuel BK, and I want to thank you for all the contents that I've been awarded, especially to my country, Rogi. But I got two questions for him. He talked about the lights. He said that we have a million set. If you care to give a complete breakdown so that when we go, we get to know just like for all our money, whatever details the equipment they assemble it, can they tell us how much have they generated from this counter meet? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. These are important questions. Good morning.
Thank you, Marka. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to the minister. My name is Hussein Kel, and I joined this morning from Jakarta District 2. Let me say many thanks to the Minister of Mineral and provide some clarity and also the public. But here's my concern. Some of us went to the sea this time. We saw the people overcrowded. Thanks to the National Fire Service who can be trying to spray water, and even the Ministry of Health had a team there was taking people up the stadium.
Yeah, that's their role. They always have to be doing that. They've always been doing that. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to advise the minister that there should be some attention put in place because 5 months from now we'll be going to the next country meeting as a layer activity in December. So I hope that people impose some stricter measures in place that will not have reoccurring with some of those challenges we have.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. Good morning to Bonnie Robert. especially the so-called because then the brother who that has just graduated from different for one of the youth development. But one thing I would like to suggest is that instead of maybe after these young people's graduation, giving them a certain amount of money to make so or for them, is it possible that we as a government can basically ensure that maybe we go to our open a very big shop, almost like a mini company, right? Open a very big store where you have all of those that did rent shop that into that place. What happened is that you have like a very big company, like almost like a general company for those young people. All of those that did they can go open like a mini shop for them and just place all of them into that. What happened is that that store will also create like a development for them where the monitor and evaluate for access will be very good. Another suggestion I would also want to recommend to the minister is that now you have young people who are playing and they're very talented into the academy. Instead of that after the game, let the riders in school their own way. Is it possible that we start two professional talents, right? And see how best they can be tested in the Europe and some of these academics abroad, where at least to some extent their talent will be not just like big or limited or like where those young people, especially when you have the ability to take that out, showcase their talent, put those maybe or take the big into them and that would be another window for them.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Let me see if I can pick this call on the line from this. And good morning.
Good morning, O'Neill. Good morning, Marka, and good morning to the Honorable Minister in studio. My name is Jim Melton and Yoko. I call from Kingrave. Good morning, Minister.
Morning, Milton. Morning.
I've been one person who have been speaking about some of the issues, especially with the content league and the youth and sports ministry. But it's good that the minister must say we already spoke and he said some of these things we're talking which I said yes to it. But Mr. Minister, in the public manner, I want you to stay low and I'm still recommending this to you. Let those who win the counting, let something be done in their counting instead of just dividing money and giving any money. Let build something in their counting. Let it.
The money is not coming from the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
When you listen to me, the money is not coming from the youth and sports. The money is then given to the youth and sports. So the youth and sports can recommend to the sponsors in negotiation and tell them, say, the winner of this category, even if a Palawa Hall will play it, we will G for them this year. So we'll
That's
sponsor
good.
the winner. If I will last long,
I will
and
join.
G will know that winner was the one that sponsored the category that they won that year. So Minister, I beg you, and finally before I drop the line, just let us know. Other people in the past, they can't tell how much people were raising for the academy. I'm not giving them, Minister. Please, we want you to let us know this
Okay.
because we trust this government ability. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
You have a call with Professor Kido.
Yes, Thomas Kiddo. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, Prof.
Morning, Marka.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Good morning, Prof.
So good morning to the minister. I'd like to thank him for the candidate. Whatever challenges they need to address them in the future. I heard you talk about youth development. The youth in Liberia are in basically two categories. One is the group that's going to school, and the other group is the one that's in the streets, sometimes go to school. Disadvantaged youth. So I can make all the recommendation for all of them. I'm looking at the ones going to school. Having trained the other one and but giving my respect like yourself as a volunteer engagement specialist. One of the things that I'm listening as a group and this is the issue of national volunteer program. People are graduating every day from universities. Those people are having degrees in different areas now, countless degrees. So we need to keep them, let them go back in the counties as well. If you work for 1, 2, 3 years or so, people get scholarship and go abroad and advance themselves. I have some ideas about it, but I don't know how on a talk show but there are ways that you put those categories. Health people, sanitation people, education people, different areas. So national youth volunteer program for the young graduates is important. They will build their skills, will contribute to the government and the country, and will help the counties. And then through that they can develop and go for further service wherever.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof.
Yes, so we don't have much time. We have to stick with for the 5 minutes. 6 minutes. Are you listening up to the callers?
Look, Professor Kidder, thanks so much. I've been thinking about Professor Kidder, and may God bless you, Professor, because I learned you, I think, very too well.
Mhm.
But I mean, I accept his recommendation. I'll reach out to the professor. He's a very good friend of mine. I reached out to him. Uh, the National Youth Service Program, very important. It's a key priority of our administration. The Today, right after here,
Mhm.
at 10 o'clock, we'll be launching the cadet program at the ministry.
10 o'clock today.
10 o'clock today,
Okay.
and I'd like to invite you. So we're launching the cadet program, sponsored by the UNDP, where you're going to have the deployment of our university graduates who are doing nothing and the prospective graduates at the various land ministries and agencies. We've gotten massive cooperation from the land ministries and agencies. So the UNDP is going to provide funding support. So they'll pay each of them $200 per month for 3 months.
Mhm.
And so, yes, it's in line with what the professor is saying, but on a larger scale, which is the National Youth Service Program, we're working out that modality. Another talk about like Milton. Milton talk about
Mhm.
using the money for development. Look, Milton, you are in line with what I desire. I don't want to count me to be business as usual. We want support to especially counties that will be hosting. So you go to Fishtown, for example, they put trial on their own. They do some rehabilitation on their leave fee. You go, you do the county before you turn your back and leave.
Mhm.
What happens?
Mhm.
So no, it's not going to be like that. If you're hosting, we should identify with you and so that you can improve your facility.
Mhm.
So I agree with him. The sponsors money, like Oni said, we are tight because these people decide how they spend the money.
Mhm.
They come and say, I'm only doing it for football. For example, I think you saw winners, they gave more to football
Mhm.
because they have whole betting thing at
It's
football.
football.
Yeah. So we thank God that Echo Bank came in so that it couldn't look like the disparity is so huge between football and kickball, which will eventually look like discrimination. All right. But actually, the sponsors decide what they do in terms of the promotion. All right. Then another caller talk about doing a company maybe around here or other place for these people. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's something we can look at. But what we're doing right now is for sustainability thing. We buy a sewing machine for example, in the tailoring with some cloth, with some needles and everything. Then we have social workers monitoring you. We provide your housing for 1 year to see if you can start engaging in something for sustainability purpose. I think that's the little we can do for now. How much is generated from counting meat? You'll be told, but we'll also tell you the losses.
Okay.
So it's not how much generated,
Mhm.
well, how much losses. Currently, we have almost 15 persons that are being investigated by the police. Some of them will be forwarded to court for duplicating our tickets.
Wow.
Yes. We arrested 2 vehicles with huge quantities of tickets that look like our tickets.
Mm.
They are already sold almost up to $500,000.
That's a huge loss.
So they arrested the money and the tickets.
Okay.
So I don't know how many other persons. There's another guy who was doing similar printing in one place in Dupo Road, and all of these kinds of things.
Hmm.
Yes, so they were arrested. So most of the time you see the fee pie, but it is not because they will genuinely receive
So the
the
original,
money.
the duplicate, are all
So much.
entering. Mhm.
So you will see that
Mhm.
even during the finals,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm worried that perhaps something like that may have happened because you see, even though a lot of people also going free on it,
Mhm.
because this is the government initiative here. We can talk of a lot of people going free, especially at the VIP, and Stadium Windsor. Forget it. A lot of people going free, but they are running people. I will give out to them because they can pay. They can pay. All right.
How you manage
So
most times a free gates? Once it's a free gate.
no, sometimes when the VIPs go,
Mhm.
like from the beginning,
Mhm.
uh, the enthusiasm is not from the preliminary rounds. It's during the quarterfinal semifinal. So there's not much. Sometimes you see some spaces,
Mhm.
there's some VIPs. Sometimes the pro team will go and say, "Oh no," but let my basketball coming.
And they pay for it.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Senator McGee, for example, in McGee, he said,
Mhm.
"Okay, let my McGee people coming," and then they will. But we don't declare free kit because the security part always warn against that, and so we don't do that. The last one he talked about is the lights and the
Mhm.
500,000. We didn't arrive at that. We're doing another independent assessment. This is what we inherited. A building had already been done with a company approved by FIFA
Okay.
called Greenfield.
Mhm.
But they did the ATS in other areas. So they've been tested. So they went through the bid and they won the bid. In fact, I learned they were the only company that won, and that was the amount that that was bid for $500,000
Mhm.
to change the entire lighting system.
You think you'll make it before Lone Star next game?
Well, Lone Star is playing their games right now in the day, so we don't
So,
want to
so
say
in case
because the next
Car
game
Car
is
for
June.
FIFA put it
No,
in there.
no, they cannot.
Okay.
There's the
It's
hope that
not
they
it's
decide
not
when.
full
Oh,
class.
but man, what are you talking about? I will control it. But before the December counting, we are working on everything to ensure that the lights will be restored.
In the final words, we try to take leave of you.
I want to say thank you, O'Neill, for everything you guys have been doing.
Mhm.
Massively, you guys have been supporting us. You supported the county meet,
Mhm.
promoted it to the extent that you didn't get anything out of it in terms of compensation. But trust me, O'Neill, we want to work together so that we even improve it beyond just what is given for public relations, but we want to improve it. Look, I was sitting with the cultural people.
Mhm.
They want this thing to be transformed into a whole extravaganza,
Wow.
not just football, kickball,
Mhm.
but can these cultural people come and showcase their talents?
Damn it.
For example, Julie and they say, look, I want to
Okay.
do the county meet in cultural
In
performance.
culture.
We have prizes attached, first, second, third place winner.
Mhm.
These are all the things I want to see how we can do and put it together. But again, O'Neill, we count on the ideas from everybody, including you and the rest of
And thanks for
Liberians.
taking at least our criticism in a constructive
No,
form.
seriously, me, I want you to criticize me.
Uh-huh.
Criticize me
No, there are
every
others
day.
who say, oh,
But you know
they are
what?
bad mouthing us.
No, no, no. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Mhm.
But the other thing is, you got my phone number, you have access to
That's
me.
why I say
Now,
intentionally
once you
reach
have
out.
unhindered access to me,
Uh-huh.
please
Mhm.
don't be like the guy who go on radio and say, well, happy birthday.
No,
When you can do it right
we
there.
have professionals.
Thank you so much, O'Neill. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Marka, thanks, man.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the opportunity.
Thank you, Minister.
Youth's Pulse on the Truth Breakfast Show. We'll come back. We'll have an exclusive feature on Arsenal Mental in Western Coastal Liberia. Don't go away.
Morning with Pulse on the TBS here on Truth 96 for 1FM. So now I'm going to say good morning.
Morning, Marka. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Passion of Life. Acting Liberia Football Association President Stephen Connor has praised women's involvement in combining football and education. Professor Connor said he's happy to see women and girls who play football opting for education at all levels. He spoke at the start of CAF Lexing's C coaching course exclusively for women at the RFA headquarters in Sankamo community on Monday. The course is being facilitated by the CAF coaching instructors Robert Latte, CAF Lessons A, and Kevin Lamy, CAF Lessons B, with a coach educator, Keseri Kanu, serving as coordinator. The Liberian Kickball Federation has announced resumption of their activities on Monday, May 11, 20, on May 11, 2024. It can be recalled the leadership of the Kickball Federation postponed the leagues as their way of supporting the government of Liberia to organize the country makes and ensure its success. The Liberia Kickball Federation handles the kickball category of the national country sports meet. The president, Emmanuel Sopras, will in a release to the public urged players, referees, and stakeholders to return to actions this Saturday as the leagues will resume. Like Kickball is Liberia's invented sport and is featured along with football regularly in the national county sports meet. Manager Derry Moyes will leave West Ham at the end of the Premier League season, the club have confirmed. It comes after BBC Sports' Glenn Baluk reported earlier on Monday that former Wolves boss Ulan Lopetegui had agreed to a deal to replace Moyes. Moyes is the one had come under increasing pressure after a poor run of results, including Sonny's 5-0 defeat by Chelsea. The Scot took over for his second spell at the club in December 2019 and gathered the Hammers to Europa Conference League success last season, their first major trophy for 43 years. But the side have won just one of their past 10 games across all competitions, losing 5 and sitting ninth in the Premier League, are likely to miss out on a fourth successive season in Premier League in Europe. And finally, PSG boss Luis Enrique says his focus is solely on winning the second leg of this year's Champions League semi-final against Borussia Dortmund. PSG go into Tuesday's clash 1-0 down after a defeat in Dortmund last week. But rather than focusing on needing to score twice to progress without penalties, Enrique is concentrated on just winning the second leg itself. Nicolas Foucault's first half strike separated the two teams at Sino in Duna Park last week in Germany. And while Enrique's primary goal is to put PSG in a Champions League semi-final for the first time in 3 seasons, he has highlighted the risk of potentially focusing too much on trying to settle the game in 90 minutes. That's all from our sports desk.
Quartz engine oil. It's super, my brother. Since I started using Total Quartz engine oil on my Tesla, it has been performing very well. It made my Tesla find my engine strong. It can burn plenty gas while protecting my engine. If you there, I'm not facing any problem on my Tesla in between services since I started using the Total Quartz engine oil. And guess the best part? They get special oil, also just for motorboy and keke. They call it hot prep. You see, that monkey bone to children won't lost our oil my Tesla. I'm not finished showing you the secret, my brother. Quartz engine oil. Discover the lubricant design to take care of your taxi, private cars, motorbikes, and keke. Protect your engine from severe heat and friction. Don't forget about our promotion. Buy 1 gallon of Total Quartz engine oil or high prep and stand a chance to win a brand new motorbike. Choose the ultimate protection. Total Quartz engine oil. Total Quartz engine oil can only be found at all Connex filling stations. Connex, fulfilling energy needs every day.
Tell me, what happened to you so?
Julie, worry, I need to pay McDonald's coffee first thing tomorrow morning. And today is Sunday, I finished and get 1 cent.
But there are no problem there at all. It's possible you can still pay it tomorrow.
No, that thing, you're not level. I'm not joking. If you can't help me, tell me alone.
I can help you. Let me ask you, have you heard about EcoBank Money Emergency Number?
You say what? Just leave me alone. I'm telling you, I need to pay my money tomorrow morning first thing. And then be open way 9 o'clock. They can't help me.
But you're not even going to the bank, Tano. All you have to do is to dial *326# and request for 50% of your salary. You will pay EcoBank back within 30 days, and the interest are only 3%. The money will be sent to your account in a minute, and you can use your ATM card to withdraw it from any EcoBank ATM.
Dala, man. You mean I'll get it the same day?
Oh yes, instantly. I mean, in a minute. But to you, EcoBank that baby.
Aren't they so?
Oh, I beg you, yeah. EcoBank can make things happen sharp. For any money emergency, just dial *326# to help yourself out.
EcoBank, the Pan African Bank.
Yes, again, want to say good morning, welcome back to the True Breakfast Show 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. This is the last segment for now, straight up to 10 o'clock this morning. And on this last segment, we thought I'll bring on an exclusive on what's the class of the planned protest of Asila Mentor. Yes, what is this news stuff?
Yes,
Yeah,
let's try to
yeah,
find
yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay.
We will get
Yeah.
it.
So yesterday, as we about talking about what is happening in Yekepa in Nima County, and it's good that whenever you come through the national platform and bring out some ills, what is happening as per our concession agreements, companies are not living up to. So the resident themselves, not knowing that all along they have been waiting for this day. So the past 2 days or so, we've been on Arsenal Mentars. And we even have videos, we have pictures, the living conditions of the people. I mean, so terrible in Yekepa and in Grand Bassa County. So here is this. The news carried this on this morning, right?
Yeah.
Let's give it a play and we'll be right back. Listen to this.
They don't continue all that. They only treat also Indian people. They don't black make you go for treatment there. Right now, when you get sick, they tell you go and go treat yourself anywhere. The hospital that is in the Kepa is empty as we speak. I don't think that there is surgery going on in that hospital in Yekepa that was built by local. Now you need Aslameta. People are there dying, and they have to transfer people from Yekepa to come to Senegal to the government hospital for operation. All things. I don't really know what you do for Yekepa. They let me think. And the thing we're talking about, if you do, but you can't get into the thing. You have to squeeze yourself a day and enter. And I tell you, this one, a bathroom, and they will crush right down and say, and that show that they are not developing. What we are giving them by making them rich, and why is it that they are responding to us by giving us feces and putting it in our water, and our people are dying on a daily basis? It will interest me enough to know that Asla Meta can transport water, just drinking water. The people of Yekepa don't have safe water. They are blasting everywhere. Our people horses are cracking. Our people don't have safe drinking water. No pump. They are drinking piss. They are drinking well water. Why Asla Meta is comfortably sitting in Yekepa, a portion of Yekepa, a place built by another company before Lamco, where they are saying they're comfortable about drinking raw water that they are importing from Mosorado to put there because they are just telling on Nibade don't deserve better. And we are telling government we want competition in Niba County. Right? And we want this competition now. Whatever agreement they are going into before the past government or the present government, whatever agreement they are going into before to extend mental operation by an effective process of Uber agreement will not work. And whatever agreement they are going into, I know that they have not signed the NDA yet. Yes. And I pray that they will not even sign it. Yes. And we know that our representatives, but we are demanding that you do it. As we speak, I was standing here, we came from Neighbor County yesterday. And when we got here this morning was past that even our fathers that are behind us, they themselves they are crying, and now the whole man is locked down. Just to show to the world what Asla Meta is doing to the people of Nimba. If Abiwa kick Asla Meta out, will that be the first person to kick Asla Meta out? South Africa did it. Other countries that Meta still have work in, they did it. They kick them out because of poor working relationship, because of poor community engagement, and because of lack of fulfillment of their promises. So we are saying we don't want Asla Meta today, we don't want Asla Meta tomorrow, and we will never ever want Asla Meta in Neighbor County. Sharing the government that they shouldn't force Asla Meta on us. They shouldn't force Asla Meta on us.
Okay. Yes, this is very strong.
Grace Barry.
We'll call Grace Barry,
Grace
eh?
Barry.
Okay, we'll try to bring Grace on.
Grace is strong.
Yes, very, very strong. So let's just take you back a little bit. In 2010, the government of Liberia signed a 25-year deal, an agreement with ArcelorMittal that will run up to 2035 in 2010, right? Runs up to 2035. So the investment is in the tune of 1.6 billion. You're listening, 1.6 billion. So I want to give this a playback. Last night I listened to the Minister of Public Work on the network here on closing argument. So there is a public outcry says the housing facility is so poor, they live in the fabric. They think what you talk about, Grace, honey Grace, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they call it the fabric house. No back door. It's a one way. Come on, everything just one way. Water, no safe drinking water. As part of the agreement, the bargaining is so poor. But I just want to listen to what President Joseph Boakai said to Western Cluster, and ArcelorMittal will be next. As soon as the president return home, Liberians are saying those who in Yekepa and Grand Bassa said do not extend. These people are not able to live up to their own part of the agreement. So, Western Cluster on this part, Marka, St. Joseph Boakai visited. They put to haul like 10 load of trucks daily. They are increasing up to 30. President Boakai, Minister of State, good morning, Sylvester Gracebury, said the press will pass through. The price increase times 5. Let's listen to this, and we'll come back. Listen to the Boakai.
With the lawyer for Western Cluster this morning, incidentally. I told you we're going to close them down. Minister, I'm going to tell you, if we don't close Western Cluster down, we'll lose the bridges. We'll lose those bridges and it will be disastrous for this country. And we're not going to sit here because the number of vehicles moving on that road. And I went up the hill the last time. Western Cluster is not mining. They're just taking our resources. We get no welfare. I told him emphatically this morning that we're going to close them down. And I'm telling you seriously. We're not going to sit here to take our resources and do that. If they want to invest further, let them be a railway.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, they want to invest further.
Yeah. So let me tell you the secret how the president visited Western Cluster, right? So the president is there to one of his officials. What is this public outcry we are talking about? Keep talking the radios, keep talking about Western Cluster, Western Cluster, Western Cluster. Can we take a visit to Marka in Bombay? That's how the president visited, and when he saw for his very self.
He said they are not mining, they're just taking the resources.
They're taking it.
You know the reason the president said they are not mining? Because mining has international standards and procedures.
They're gone beyond it.
So if you just go, you just enter, you just taking things, no procedure, no standards, they say you're taking, you're not mining.
It's so terrible. So today, Marka is going to read out something very soon. We have part of spotlight on ArcelorMittal. The videos, the pictures, they are so terrible coming from Yekepa and Grand Bassa. Yes, let's look at what we have per agreement. If you sign an agreement with a company, with a country, if you live up to your part of the bargaining, it's a so sad thing. Yes. Yes. So Joseph Boakai said, Western Cluster is not mining. They are taking our resources. They're going far beyond. The roads will be damaged and all of it. And says the president passed through last week before going to the US, the company have increased. I mean, so then ArcelorMittal, this metal company, look, on tomorrow we'll display the pictures and videos. If you see the fabric buildings, it's a one-way thing. So I don't think yet, why is it? You still have an agreement up to 2035. You want additional 15 more years. Why? Can you go to that? In reviewing, go into it, right?
I'm trying to find it.
The post still have more years left for 2035. You have 25 years, and up to speak, the poor have not been able to live up to the agreement. It's very, very, very sad. So This thing you listen to Grace talking, I mean, they're going to have a mini protest at the Capitol building. Don't give the people, don't extend them. Why you want to extend with ArcelorMittal? Go and see. They take the iron ore for Yekepa, they export it through Grand Bassa. Even the poor in Grand Bassa are complaining. Yes. Yes, they are doing so, right? So I want you to listen also to what we'll have John Colley also making a serious SOS call. They think 25 years, after 25 years, nothing you can show. Nothing. Nothing. All you do, warehouse, in a man, the manager. All these positions, they are all been occupied. Listen to another major complaint with the same ArcelorMittal.
Largely to cater for the welfare of people. Most importantly, in fact, what they sign concessions to better the lives of the people. And companies they deal with fail to do their side of the bargain, as in the case of the past year, like the welfare of the people in River and the specificity of where they are as a company. And then they should touch the government because their job is to say what in politics is called a contract of social life, social contractors. And it appears that the entire agreement is not doing what it should do and keeping what it's signed to. And that is strangely shameful for our government and people not to be treated in a way that the entire government and the government is saying they do nothing to do with that. That's true, it's true. I'll give you an example. What Wicked is still enforced. Wicked is still enforced. This is strange. It's dirty. Wicked is extremely dirty. It's bullshit. I can say in our context, most of Wicked is inhabitable. And that's the houses right behind which metallic submarines should be renovated. And I can tell you that actually none of those is happening. Instead, what Ontario is doing is inputting hundreds of containers, containers for people to live in. In this day and age, a contract of 25 years originally. How can this concession be inputting containers for people workers to live in low push?
Wow, that is so
Eh?
that is so sad.
Continue to people living in this modern world.
Importing it, bringing it, setting it up for people to live in. Instead of building concrete structures for these people.
Yeah.
Okay. Nearly $2 billion concession doing that. I'm facing some problem with.
So in the meantime, what Marka is trying to strangle there, let's get the lines activated. This is directly with ArcelorMittal. This is just part one. Part two of it will show there's a school there in Yekepa. We'll show you the owner school building where students still sitting on the ground. You know, we'll put all these companies to their feet. When you talk about you taking our natural resources out of Liberia to our country, nothing the country stands to benefit when the company closed down. One university said you can't even show. It's a very sad thing, you know. So let's get the lines activated strictly with from ArcelorMittal. Very soon they'll be acting on our government to extend the agreement. This is supposed to elapse 2035. They had 25 years old. And 25 years, nothing we have seen. Nothing we have seen. And now, very soon, they'll be asking for additional 0777 40 50 17. Yes. In South Africa, the South African government closed their doors to them and say, no, thank you, enough is enough. Which country of poor people? That's how Liberia is. The iron ore. Country that Gambia, the only survivor, cocoa. We have everything here. And there was a terrible video, and I've shared it with the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Or Liberians residing in China. But violence is all on Twitter. We hope to post it on our YouTube, our Facebook page for other Liberians to see it. We'll have foreign companies in our country. They should live up to the agreement, the MDA agreement. They're not doing so. Let's pick calls up.
Yeah, 0770202579 is an alternative number you can call.
Yeah, 0777 40 50 17. Let's pick our very first call on the line. Good morning. Morning, please be audible. Go ahead. You called from Nimba County. Go ahead. No, this time around there will be no protest. Let's forget. The media is all playing our own part because we've seen the kind of resources that are leaving from here. Thank you so much for calling for neighbor. Good morning. Morning, please be audible. I'm struggling to hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes. Tell us your name and where you calling from. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're not doing favor for us. See the amount of resources they are taking out of Liberia. As to what they are giving us. Yes, man. Go ahead. Yeah, as to what they are giving us.
This call
Look
from
at
RGB.
it.
Mama RGB County. Good morning.
Marka, let me appreciate you only by playing that clip now. Challenge is a farming or methods of multi-million company. But see where our brother and sister live. Today, 1 million water with aqua left from river and camera. How did you feel when you're on? You are from a full of I mean, whether you are being loyal or I'm looking at my I got one for my giving to go. You see, ask God, people have waiting and waiting. So, what the suffering. We can't live in a culture and restore it. They will stand up for it. We can't back off. Enough. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. You're not doing good for us.
770202579. Let's talk about this. I remember when they proposed the 10th amendment, the House of Representatives rejected that, and because they wanted to expand, they wanted to extend and all of that. So that
was rejected.
Yeah, it was rejected. Even though they have started, opening negotiations again and all of that. But I think, firstly, if you want to give somebody an extension or expansion, you have to review what they did, how much they did with the first agreement. Did they meet all of the provisions in the agreement? Are the people whose land they are going to be mining on? You cut down these people coffee farms, you cut down their rubber farms, you cut down their coffee farms to build railways and all of that. The people are complaining they don't have. In fact, you are polluting their water bodies with the chemicals you use to blast and all of that. I mean, how well are the people being treated that you are discussing expansion, extension, and all of that? So I think these are issues. You listen to Grace telling you exactly what it is. The people are living in deplorable condition. They are importing water for their people from different parts of the country. Why the locals are struggling to find safe drinking water. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. My name is Wellington Cully. I'm calling from Bon County.
Okay, let's hear you.
Thank you so much for this program. For so long, a rich country like Nigeria has been suffering a lot when people from outside come and pour resources and carry it. What I will advise the government to do is this. 2035 is still far away. Let them make sure hold on to that renewal. Let them make sure that asylum maker go according to the agreement, satisfy the one that they miss out, and get on the right track before they can go on to sign any new agreement. You have not done well in first grade.
Mhm.
How can we put you in
In
second grade?
second grade.
Exactly.
That the government make sure writing is done before they move forward. Thank you so much for the time.
Okay, thank you so much for the time. And we also want to call the Ministry of Labor. There are reports that they have some of the foreign workers, they wouldn't go to work in the night. In the day, they are indoor. When they send inspector there, they will not see them. Yeah, so they wouldn't go to work in the night. So the labor minister has to take note of that, especially the inspectorate department need to take note of that. Yeah, so these are violations. You're supposed to pay for their work permit.
Yes.
You understand? Yes, you need to pay permit for all foreign workers. So you can have them store in the day and in the night. You send them to work without paying for the permits. So once they are discovered, I think they needed to be deported immediately.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Ben pay good money.
Oh, of course.
Very good. Huge sum of money.
Yeah, 0770202579. We were talking about the accelerator issue in Nimba. You listened to Greg Barry, who spoke eloquently and succinctly about the situation they are facing in Yekipa. In her words, the place built by another company, they are there and they are not improving the facilities, nothing at the camp. They are not doing anything new for the locals, people who are living around the construction area. They are struggling for safe drinking water. And
the road Alamco bill.
Yes, no improvement.
It's the road that they're still using.
Let's take this.
Yeah.
Okay, that caller slip off the line 0770202579. This is exclusive because we believe that if we continue let me use this phrase, if we continue to babysit some of these concessions, maybe we feel that when this other concession leaves, no other concession. Who told you?
But they're not doing well for us.
Businesses are competing globally. Once ArcelorMittal cannot beat out with the agreement and leave from here, you will see if other people will be rushing here.
So I finally my hand on this picture here. This is of mine. Where's Richard and the guys? I want to display. If you look at the mine,
honor ground.
The honor ground. I see what Joseph bought. Yes, that's it. Yeah, I'm seeing it. You got to turn away. If you look at the mining, if and if we won't be careful in times to come, God forbid,
the ground will fall.
The ground will fall in Yegepa. The mining that is taking place in Yegepa by ArcelorMittal will display this on the social media on tomorrow. It's scary if you look at it. You see this other kind of form? Only display to the camera. Yes, I mean, where's this guy is at? This kind of mining.
See it? They hollow there.
This kind of mining.
Underground, there a whole truck and pass there.
Millions of dollars. You can't play fall of our country. That old road that Lamco used to use, you stay riding on it.
Let me stay
drinking water. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Ellen from Ralphie Highway.
Okay, let's hear you.
As I was listening, and you were saying some of the foreign workers are working at night because that mountain is it has both iron ore and diamond.
Yes.
And when the blasting takes place, it's a foreigners that go out to collect the diamond.
Okay.
So those are some of the things that our engineers are supposed to be checking over there because they will put all the Liberians on one side, not to go to the field to collect the diamond.
So instead of just getting the ore, they are also getting diamond. Okay. Wow. Yes, that.
And I want consensual agreement like this to an old company spot. Let the government send people that assess that whole place. Make sure that the whole spot that they're going to take over, especially those infrastructures, those before they go to start work. But they just need a development condition and just for people they just digging and going, not doing anything.
Exactly.
I've worked in that place before.
Okay. So
infrastructures are good for the citizens to use.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you. So as we to talk, I started to receive pictures and videos also from Grand Bassa. You know, ArcelorMittal operates in Yekepa and Buchanan.
Yes, and transport through Buchanan.
Yeah, transport through Buchanan. So that's it. That's it. That's it. Let's see if I can pick just one more call from my end.
I take that while you try to pick that one, or you have a call coming in.
The person already in.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Morning. Great. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm Jehoshaphat. I'm calling from the Silvertown.
Okay, what?
Yeah, I listened to what you were saying this morning, but I don't know whether you are aware about some of the good that Arsenal is doing.
You calling as a you calling you as you don't compare the good as to what we're going through as a country.
I'm not doing good, but I'm not comparing good, but I don't know whether you can tell the public about some of the good that Arsenal
You tell me now. I don't know what sort of good. What sort of good?
just supported. Hello.
Yeah.
Arsenal just supported the national country spokesman.
Man, I'll let you go, man.
Okay.
These are the same like bros who mess it up thing. If you find out, some of them will be on a Monday, you know, I'm getting a regular thing. Do you know how much is going out? And so someone who's just just to stop this kind of thing, man.
Good morning. Go ahead.
I see the problem.
Okay.
No, you don't. Probably it's also on a regular pay, you know, on a monthly something. It's more than starting. If I show you the videos and picture millions of dollars taking all of your country, then for someone to give you or 50,000, don't you stop the kind of thing, man.
Okay. They cut down people cocoa farms. They cut down people coffee farms and farming lands. They take them in the name of the concession. At the end of the day, the people are left in destitute.
And this time, I've been hearing you saying, counting the NBA agreement or the concession agreement. As long as that is not a company that is supposed to farm 1.6 million agreement.
Billion?
They support me billion. I think as long as that's supposed to have 3, 4, 5, 6 billion agreement will go abroad because they come resources they take from abroad is too much. If you see, I think the place where the drink and close the drink because I'm a background. I started running motorbike in the people coming here. If you just leave the hand, as long as that drink is about to ban and it's pocket.
No, the man is arguing saying that. Do you know how much the company is doing? Look at that.
Yes. Walter, good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Go ahead.
Let me say thank you guys for the talking point this morning. Marka is looking too sad. The day in October when the dream was passing, when they preached between Bonkante and Lima, when I think Tiré in our preach, so brother was looking at blessing. You know, the people want to use that ugly rule to also build that bridge. They didn't get to protest and fight before they can build a backward road to the access to that road, to that backward road that you guys whatever. Look, we had a lot of dreams, but usually the thing with the women's protest yesterday, I think about seven have been one of the been advocating for that issue. A lot of things have been happening in Lima. We have been going to season, mental meeting with their brother. The men who representing Liberia
as the liaison between the government and the company?
When the people are trying to raise issues that you see nothing of it,
okay.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
People are in back country in Europe.
No.
We want them to look at the agreement between Cuba and Lazio. Let them look at the agreement. If you look at the agreement, I think that would be able to do more for Nigerian people. That agreement between Cuba and Nima people, my brother, I want it. That's the agreement I want in my life people. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. So let me just give you, for benefit of those who listening. I mean, it's a sad thing to see someone to defend what is wrong. I mean, in terms of scholarship, let's start from the education side, right? In terms of scholarship, mental have not done well by Liberian students. Today, we have students still struggling for MOE scholarships all around. If you want to speak about what this company have done, all they do is that they put up one or two announcements up. You don't follow it to see how many students from the 10 years of operation. Count what mental have more than 50 students across that have benefited on the international scene. The motor pool grass area, since Lamco, up to now, there is no roofing. The motor pool grass area in Yekepa. Lamco old building is still there. Those of you who talking. There is a unit called the fabric building. It's a one-way out. When there is no air condition, it's a serious problem in Yekepa with the fabric building, what you call the tent. Yes, the tent, what the lady was making mention of, is called the fabric building. So after 10 years, the workers, the living condition is so sad. They're blasting. Now you listen to another caller, right? It's not a blasting of the iron ore alone, but they're also in the gold and diamond business. Then you can tell us what they have done to give you 0.001% and they take 100% out of it. You must be joking. Our government is not going to extend. They signed this agreement from 2010 to 2035. And they're asking for another 10 more years, for God's sake. Yeah, man, Marka, we gotta go, man.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We'll come out part 2 tomorrow.
Our Liberian people, we just want to let you know that as we are making gains in democracy, we should also be able to make some gains in our economic space. We can be having peaceful elections, peaceful transition, and then our people still live in poverty. That means that we have not ended war. The last time Madam Lema Bowie mentioned that we are still fighting war, just that we don't have guns.
It's a
We are fighting against poverty, and these construction companies that are investing in the country, we can be hearing the billions and the tens and hundreds of millions, and then the people are hungry, and we think we are living in peace. So peace is not just the silence of the guns; it's also people having dignity of life, like in the words of Madam Lema Bowie, people having dignity. I mean, in life, you're able to feed your family, you're able to take care of your family, you can pay children's school fee, you can pay hospital bills. That is peace. But if you can't do all of these things only because people are in the bush shooting, you say yes, we are in peace. That is not peace. So our conceptions, like for example, we still have the Virgin Wologisi Mountain. The Nima Range is being depleted by ArcelorMittal and other companies. The Bong mines and all of these places, they are taking these resources out. Iron ore Mesa will go and diamond people taking it from us.
I haven't did. This is for me, right? You come and take it from me, right? And you want to pay me, then you still backing it?
So we have provided peace, but then the country is peaceful. They are taking these things.
Peacefully, they're taking it.
But we are in war with poverty. Our people are in war with poverty. Instead of drinking water, we can provide for them. It's not only ArcelorMittal, the B Mountain, Western Cluster, all these. We need to start at new. We need to start at new. Since we have signed these agreements already, let's compel them to live up to every R and T in the agreement before we sign new agreement with any of these companies. That's the fact. And the burden is on the legislature. And let me once again challenge the committee set up headed by Representative Musa Belete, whom the Liberian people trust a lot, that he will do his best to ensure that these concessions are reviewed and things that have not been done, that were obligation of this company, they will go back to do them before anything of renewal can be done. Thank you.
And the Golden Varula, you Grand Crew there. There's another palm oil company. I think the news carried this morning that put up palm oil in bombing, something like that. Yes, they're also having a protest also coming up. I mean, we have it. This is what you have. You're not begging for it. They're taking it, carrying it away. You're not benefiting, and the company shuts down. And look, what Have they built a university? They have closed? No. The community, no hospital, no nothing. They treat our people. You should stop this in this country. Those are you defending. Which country? Poor people.
Exactly.
The only state that we have in Liberia is the SK. Liberia is a shameful country. I'm sorry to say it.
Just you talking about chatting. We should check the contribution to budget. How much is the contribution to budget?
Nothing.
How much percent you give as budget support? Like for example, you giving NIMBA, for example, in social development fund 1.5 million, giving I think Grand Bassa 800,000 or 1 million, Bonkante some 100,000 and stuff like that. Johnson, do you know the quantity of what is leaving the country? So besides that, you have a responsibility to the people. I mean, people who you took their forest, their farmland, people you cut down their cocoa and rubber to do your mining. Have obligations to them, Johnson. It can't just be because you're supporting a Liberian budget or maybe I'm not sure whether they gave you 100 million as budget support, Johnson.
And so we won't stop this until Joseph Boyka return. When our president return to this country. The same way we didn't stop until Joseph Boyka visited Western Cluster is the same thing we're going to do with ArcelorMittal. And this company called the Liberty Company. This beverages company called the Liberty Company.
Okay.
They came up with something like not a raffle draw. Any sergeant you buy, once you get the letters, the love of liberty spelling correctly, you stand to win $500. And with our own survey, nobody have won. And this is unfair.
Somebody was telling me yesterday what are children in my neighborhood.
They're looking for one letter. There's one letter. Everybody's looking for the one letter. It's too bad. Before you do such a thing, the lottery, you're supposed to be aware. What sort of country is this? Someone just wake up.
You're
looking for the love of liberty. You just buying. You can't find this letter. Maybe you put your money. Anyway, thank you so much. We'll be back on tomorrow.
We'll be back on tomorrow.
You don't know it. We will now start with Joseph Boyka here. This and our lawmakers, member of the 55th. There are serious people in our household. You don't know the 55th has a lot of serious people.
Business as usual.
No. Yes, on behalf of the entire team, thank you, Richard Lucini, Ato Butler, Marka Davis. My name is O'Neill. In the midst of all that country first we're doing, so have a blessed day. Bye bye.